Hey folks, we are recording this video and
What are you gonna do? Sue me?
screen capturing it for court. Let's see what we're 22 seconds in. Hold on.
Hey everybody, how are you? Look at me. Like it's 1992 between two handsome guys on the dance floor. Look at that.
On the dance.
On the dance floor.
Look at that.
Because I know where your head is going. So, yeah, whatever. Hi everybody.
It's always me.
It's always you.
What are you gonna
Am
do?
I
Sue me?
center? Yeah, are you gonna sue me?
I'm sorry.
That's for later. Put a
Yeah,
pin in
right.
that.
Put a pin in that.
How are you? Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026.
It is indeed.
We have a guest
We do.
visitor.
We
We
do.
do. Ruben.
Woo.
Hello.
Long time.
I know.
Oh my God.
How fun is Ruben Rodriguez is go ahead, going against Senator Joan Hartley as the Republican candidate, the nominated Republican candidate.
Ruben's cool.
So we're so happy that you stepped up.
Yes.
We are so happy you stepped up. For so many years, Republicans had no one to run. So when you said, I think I'm going to do this, and you had so much support from state senate, and here we are today. So
Yeah.
thank you on behalf
welcome.
of Republicans everywhere. Thank you for running against her, because I don't know. I think she's
12 years.
I'm like, I think she's been in for, I don't know, 37,
Yeah.
42
yeah. Long
years
time.
or something.
Long time.
And can I just make a snarky comment?
Oh, you're
I
taking
know,
my job here.
I know, 2 minutes
Everybody wants my job.
in. Let me just say that if I had her kind of money
Mm-hmm.
and private jets
Mm.
and homes in beautiful parts of the world, I'm not sure I'd fight anymore for this position. But again, how does she get all these things?
I don't know if you're looking for a response or not. So I'm gonna let you have that one. Maybe you want to talk to
I'm just
why don't you ask
saying.
Senator Rodriguez about that? I don't know.
saying.
Go ahead.
Anyway, well, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
What made you decide to do this?
Well,
Please tell.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me here.
Of course.
It's always a pleasure to be part of this team and move our agenda forward.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I decided to do this was the need of more of new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the past weeks, I've been noticing that money's coming down the pipe for the towns. We haven't seen that in, 10, 12 years?
Right. Well,
Right.
election
It's
time.
election time.
It's election time.
Right.
Land Bank, $5 million.
What is up with that?
I'm like, what?
And yet, they wouldn't even consider taking some of the money in the local budget that was appropriated to them away to give to other departments that really needed it. I was
Well, you
floored.
And my question, the biggest question to me, Land Bank, I don't know why you need $5 million to give to the Land Bank.
Okay.
I haven't, I'm in the business of flipping houses and
Right,
construction
development.
and development. Land Bank, to me, it's not there yet.
What's the most alarming thing to me about this land bank?
Mm-hmm.
The $5 million is huge. But I don't know if anyone picked up on the mayor when his comment at the meeting was they're going to be looking for a match. So as soon as I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute. So the state's going to give us $5 million. You want $5 million of city money too? So $10 million. What are we buying?
What do you do with that?
And where does $5 million more come from the city of Waterbury budget?
And
So-
the biggest thing for me is these properties that they're getting are almost free.
Right.
Because they're taking it away from the
Right.
people that are not
That's right.
cleaning their homes or they're not paying
Right.
their taxes and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Right.
what are we using those $5 million? We don't. That's the biggest question
Right.
in that perspective.
Right.
But there's all the things that are coming down the pipe that I'm like, now that you have a candidate running against a senator, a
Right.
state senator, especially in the 15th district, now money's, for a miracle, money's showing up
Right.
everywhere.
Right.
So that's the things that one of the things that I'm running for is to be transparent.
Right.
we need to be transparent. We have been lacking of opportunities and a lot of things that are coming that we need to have. And I had the chance to run for state rep, but I think the state senate is going to suit me better because I know I could help more people in a bigger margin, like Naugatuck, like Middlebury and Waterbury. 3/4 of Waterbury are part of my district, 1/4 of Naugatuck, and half of Middlebury. And I'm happy. I'm like excited to get this rolling. I've been having a lot of support. We're having our first fundraising tomorrow. Right here.
Join us.
You're gonna have so much fun because you're gonna meet with so many different people that are coming. Our minority leaders, State Senator Harding is gonna be there.
What a smart guy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
He is just smart, and I love the direction that he has taken.
Exactly. And we're having other senators that are coming. So it's a group effort. But we need you guys.
Right.
We need everyone from Waterbury that they have their mindset to have a change.
That's right.
That they're seeing that we're not advancing. We're just stuck in one position. It's like spinning in the mud. So if you guys we're waiting for this opportunity to have someone new in Hartford, and let me tell you, Don. I think for the first time in so many years, we're having almost every single seat run in Waterbury.
Nice. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct.
So we have all except the 72nd,
Yeah.
we have all the state reps running and the senator. We haven't had that in so many years.
In many years, and not that I'm taking credit for any of that.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Wow, that was a duel. Like, here we go. I'm just saying.
You definitely have sparked the interest.
That's
There
it.
is no
Like,
doubt about it.
since we started with the campaign 3 years ago, and then I became, town chairman, and we just kept up the excitement to be Republican again.
Well, I think, and I guess everyone's going to take this in a bad way, Dawn, but you stirred the pot up. Everything settled to the bottom for
Right.
so long. It
That's
was
right.
very, very stale.
Yep.
And you know what? You didn't just move the needle a little bit. You kind of blew it off the meter, except for the votes. But anyway, you just blew it off the meter. And some people, especially in our own party,
Yeah.
didn't know how to handle it and don't know how to handle
That's
it.
right.
But yet,
That's right.
there's some.
But those who do know how to handle it,
Right,
i.e.
right.
Ruben, who, and I'll just bring this up because
Yeah.
lost by one vote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One vote. He was our minority leader for the Board of Aldermen the last cycle, and he was primaried by Brian McEntee, and literally lost by one vote in the 72nd. Please understand how important it is for you to get out and vote. These elections are being decided by, again, and we say it all the time, 571 votes I lost the mayor position by. One vote, that he lost the board of an alderman position. So I love that you kind of pivoted, you took it, you pivoted, and now you're running.
Well, I look at it this way. You need to lose to learn how to win.
Say that again.
You need to lose to know how to win.
Love that.
You have that? You can use that as a.
I might springboard that somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Because if you always win, and you never learn how to lose,
Right.
there's something wrong. And
I
sometimes
think you're right, Ruben, and I think overall, I think Waterbury is ready to understand for people to see how it feels to lose.
Yeah.
So I really believe that the city is primed because I think everyone gets so comfortable and they're afraid of change.
Right.
And you have to look at it and say, okay, well, here, Dawn, for example, was a newcomer. What experience do you have? Well, everyone has watched the city of Waterbury. Paul is a very experienced person. You listen to him speak. He's very well spoken. There is no doubt about that. But he's following the same playbook. He's running the same 4 or 5 plays. After a while, as you pointed out, you're kind of stuck. We're not moving anywhere. As much as people want to say someone leaves, we're lucky if someone comes back in. 2 people leave, we're lucky if we fill it with half of a furniture place. We're 3
Right.
people leave and we get a bodega, which are very important to communities, but we can't have, that's all we have.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So,
And I would like to invite everyone to show up tomorrow.
Please do. It's gonna be a great
support,
time.
En la Casita de Manta is a Spanish food location, brand new location.
Yes.
what is the address? Do we know?
Yes.
581 Chase Ave. And for those of you, it's in the plaza behind the old Bank of America,
Cook and
Chase
Chase.
Avenue and Cook
Cook and
Street.
Chase.
Yes.
Plenty of parking. There's going to be great food there.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere, and we're going to enjoy it.
We are. We're gonna have a great time.
Great.
Please come
We have
meet
a-
Ruben, ask questions.
Is there a question, Joe,
We have a
for
question?
Ruben?
There's a comment from
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Ruben. So Kathy said, once you win the position,
Hey, Kathy.
please fight for stricter sentences for violent criminals, especially murderers of innocent, hardworking people.
Hey.
Hey, that's
Well, that was deep.
that was real.
And I gotta tell you, I'm not sure who Kathy is, but Kathy, thank you, for that, because we agree.
Kathy, did
is
you
it-
enjoy it?
The first.
Oh, diversity.
As a retired, police officer, I will say I agree, wholeheartedly agree. And I think, good or bad, when Ruben walks away, I think we're gonna be touching on some stuff anyway.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
So tell people your involvement in the city.
Well, right now, I'm a state commissioner
Mhm.
from the Puerto Rican and Trades Commissioner. I became the chairman for the economy and jobs for the commission. So I'll be in charge of helping people grow their businesses, bring businesses from the island. You know, we need that, and
Nice.
especially in one of the cities like Waterbury, that so many Puerto Ricans come here, and we're going to be working in the teachers. We have different ideas. Right now, I'm working in a big project in downtown for my company. I own a construction company in Waterbury, and
What big project is that, Ruben?
well, look, I know there's some rumors there, and I mean, look, I'm gonna.
This was an easy one, right? This was
That was a softball. Wow.
This was a beach ball.
That's
You're-
right,
You're
that's
welcome.
right.
Go ahead, Ruben.
Please
So, because
tell us.
we're watching things online,
Right.
Exactly.
and unfortunately, it's going to segue in.
Right.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Steve
Yeah.
and Don, people, if you don't know how the system works,
Mhm.
don't say anything or do not get involved.
That's right.
Okay, I'm in the business of working and having a company. We're doing a big project at the Grace Baptist Church. Money that was brought in by furlough money. And just remember, when it's a private entity, you do not have to bring this to bid. The tenant or the customer could hire whoever they want. And at this moment, there were 3 companies, and my company was one of them. I was the lowest bidder.
So in essence,
Which you didn't have, but you
that's
didn't
right.
have to
You
be
didn't
the
have to
lowest
do
bidder.
that.
There's no difference here, Ruben,
Yeah,
and
that's
and
right.
you building a house and hiring someone to build it. If it's my money,
Exactly.
and
That's
I
right.
can choose who I want.
That's right.
And there have been a lot of negative comments made by individuals about the Grace Baptist Church.
Exactly.
And we understand, this is the problem in our community. This is a problem right now, a huge problem, statewide and nationwide. It's too much division, and there's never a chance to reach across the aisle. So automatically, the connotation online was, you're a Republican, you were and are running for
Office, big office.
an office,
Right.
you're working for a Democratic organization, Democratic, majority organization like the Grace Baptist Church, so you're on the take. That's what it comes down to. And those are accusations, again, so outlandish, Ruben.
And based on nothing.
Based on nothing.
And the happy, if anyone wants to know anything about how the project is going, how everything is being done, the HUD, go to the HUD. If you're a person that knows how to navigate the system, and knows, and whoever is doing this, should know that everything, when it's money from the government, everything is accounted for.
That's right.
Okay, everything is legal. We're going through the process of, there's a process that you have to go. The church has to a process that they have to go. we're not in Minnesota, we're not in all this other.
I don't want to argue with you, Ruben, but I'm going to tell you right now, everything the government goes, it's going things like it's supposed to go. I'm going to say I call BS on that one, but I understand the point.
Yep.
You're following the procedure.
Exactly.
But the selection process is not like it is in municipal.
It's not up for debate.
Right,
It is,
right.
it is once you get that federal grant money,
Right.
if I got it, I'm going to spend it the way I'm going to spend it. Grace Baptist Church has been an icon in the city.
Oh, yeah.
They have done so much
They're a
for so
pillar
many people,
of our
a
community.
pillar of integrity
Yep.
for our city.
Thank you to Pastor Reese for all
Pastor
he does.
Reese and your membership, your parish.
And we don't care, Republican,
We
Democrat.
don't care.
It
You
doesn't-
said that before.
This is the point. You
That's
know
right.
What I care for the most?
Yeah.
That they hire a local company to do the deal.
And to do the job, and the job, people, just so you know, is to build a daycare, a much needed daycare for their members, I'm Catholic, I say parishioners,
Yeah.
their parishioners, to be able to
And
utilize
it's
them
gonna
while
be
they work.
even, it's gonna be beyond that.
I
because
love
what,
that.
What the project is gonna do is, for those low income people that cannot afford a daycare, so you guys know how
Expensive
expensive
daycare is.
daycare. This is what they're doing. What they're building is the daycare for low income people to come in and have their kids there and don't pay this extravaganza amount of money
Right.
to have, and they can go work in other areas. And it's in the center of the city of Waterbury. What a better idea.
Talk about in compliance also with the good jobs ordinance. I mean, and please don't take this wrong, Ruben, but this is like checking every box. You just said
Right.
you're a local guy, a minority-owned business, which is amazing. And this is something that even Alderman Boyd brings up all the time. And yet, no one can show that we're in compliance. They keep saying it, but no one can show. So the fact that we're doing this, and the funny thing is, when we do it the way you want us to do it, people complain. When you don't do it this way, people complain. So really, there's never going to be a time where any of us are happy.
Exactly. And I appreciate your guys' time and
Of course.
for allowing me to show up for my fundraiser tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'll be working really hard for you guys. It's gonna be a good summer. There's gonna be a lot of changes coming up. Excited.
Exciting summer.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun, and like I said before, thank you so much. You always
Thank
been
you.
you always been no more than friends. It's like family. So but can I do this first?
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
All right.
Oh, that is awesome.
Before I go, I had
That is awesome.
Everyone wants to play with the chicken.
Everybody wants to jump the ship. So tomorrow night,
All right.
please join us.
Yes.
And you say it better than I do. La Casita de Manta.
La casita de mango.
Awesome.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, and it's 7 o'clock?
Yes.
7 o'clock tomorrow
Cookie
night.
chase.
Yeah, Cookie and Chase, come hang out with us for
Yes.
supposed to be nice out.
Yes.
And ask questions and meet people. And again, there's so many of us now who are Republicans who, look, all we want is for everything to be better. And it's not I'm so Republican, or we're going to do it, the Republican. It's not like that. And I learned that watching you legislate on behalf of the city when you were an alderman.
Sure.
So I'm excited.
We're having even people that are Democrat that are going to be
Absolutely.
and everyone is more than welcome. Democrat, Independent,
Please,
whoever.
absolutely.
If you think that it is time for a change, you should come to that.
This is what we keep saying every week, and as much as people don't want to hear it or don't understand it, it's so important to reach across the aisle.
Exactly.
Ruben,
Say it all the
if
time.
you take every Democratic belief and every Republican belief, then guess what? We're never going to come together. So if you can't come across, then shame on you. You're just hurting the city, the state.
You should not run.
No,
You just shouldn't
should
run.
not. All
Well,
right.
thank you for being here. Thank you. Be careful.
Yeah. You don't trip on the wires.
Yeah.
I'm
We're so
looking at-
professional here.
I'm looking at the boss there. He's
Yes.
I'm gonna get my cushion.
All right. Cushion it is.
Thanks for being.
All right. All right. So Dawn, where do we go from there?
Where are we going?
We're going to start with this, if I may. I know when we brought up on Ruben, you brought up Alderman McAtee winning by one vote. I don't, there's not,
Yes, both.
not the thought there, but Brian McAtee has brought up a lot of good points.
Yes, he
He
has.
has. You know, we miss Ruben on the.
Yes, we do.
We miss Ruben on the.
On the dais?
Yes, yeah. But Brian's been there. You know, he has taken some different approaches, but overall, some pretty strong questions.
After the election went the way it did,
Mm-hmm.
my job as the RTC chairman is to embrace everyone,
Yep.
and everyone works together.
Yep.
So, Ruben and I,
Right.
Brian and I, sat down, and he knew I was Team Ruben.
Yep.
But, okay, you won, so now what are we doing?
Right.
And I was always in his corner thinking, when I brought him in as, different
Yeah.
roles for us. Anyway, and you were always like, nope, he's going to let us down. And don't get me wrong, there are a few times where I go, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Why?
So
Yeah,
far.
right.
I'm just telling you right now, I'm not wrong, but I would say
He
he's
brings up very good questions.
very smart.
Very smart
Very
attorney.
smart.
He brings up, he is
Yeah.
not afraid
No.
to sit up there and say, I don't understand why the police who sit on the Board of Aldermen should be able to vote on the police budget, or the teachers should be able to
And
vote
they should
as
be.
teachers. And, then Scapini,
Oh,
please. Angela,
oh,
I don't know where you were, girl, but this was not the meeting to miss. And
well,
if it was me, I would have been there with my blanket and my chicken soup if I was that sick.
I think the city should, any aldermanic meeting that they watch, I think the city understands why we spend so much money on outside counsel.
Ugh.
Because our attorneys struggle so badly, they don't
There
answer
was
the questions.
there wasn't an answer out of them, number one. Number two, we were watching it for
Unqualified.
person again, and literally he got up there and was like, I'm sorry, didn't we
Did it already
already
pass?
pass
Yeah,
this?
why do I have to answer?
I don't, why answer it?
What, do you get paid by the hour? Actually, you do.
You
All right.
probably do, and it's probably like $900 an
Yeah.
hour, whatever. So Attorney Scapini, I'm not sure what
Tough.
your problem is, but I mean,
Really hard to listen to.
you really are, and at some point,
Yeah.
I say to people all the time when they have that hard edge, maybe it's you. Like, did you ever once go, maybe it's me, maybe I should just answer the question.
Right.
I don't know what's behind it, but I watched you at the inauguration at Kennedy. I was embarrassed for you. If I were your wife, I would have been like, stop with the faces, stop, and the attitude. And then you come here representing Angela Giuliani,
And the city of Waterbury.
and the city of Waterbury,
Yeah.
and us, and the answers you give are, to use the word, snarky. And
again,
yeah, I
everyone
know,
wants the name.
I
Everyone
know.
wants the spot.
snarky and condescending. And it's just, all my notes during the budget meeting
Right.
is, just you're answering nothing, yet the attitude is beyond. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Pretty chill.
Yeah. So I didn't like it. We'll start with the budget real quick. So
Ooh, come on.
you want to go
Yeah,
right
no,
to it?
no, I
Okay.
It was a great segue with
With
Ruben.
Ruben? All right, guess what? We got served.
Okay, so let us
I gotta get my glasses.
Let us-
I kicked my
let
glasses
us
off my
explain. Let us explain this.
Oh, let us explain.
There has been some discussion about a current race for congressman that's going on, and it's taking place between Chris Shea and it's taking place between Jonathan Debarros. We have certainly made it very clear we do not support Mr. Debarros in any way. We understand the totality of things, just looking at just what we said before, when Ruben was sitting here, you have to be able to reach across the aisle. I know everyone, there is a very distinct line. We have our supporters, Paul and different people have their supporters. Ruben has his supporters. Chris Shea has his, as we are, but Mr. Debarros has his.
Right.
And I think that's, it's a wonderful thing, but some of the viewpoints are just it's, you know, people who call us rhinos and different things, but they're very, 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 very to one side. And I'm sorry, that's not exactly what we say every week. It's never going to fix the problem if we take that line. There's only one Donald Trump. And I will tell you, that's a blessing and a curse.
Absolutely.
Because I think we should all follow our president and be loyal to the party to a point of you have to be able to respect other people to get things done. And when you start to see, Dawn,
Oh my God.
the rhetoric of first of all, the anti-gay thing is driving me insane.
I can't even believe it's still a thing. I hate to say it.
How is it that you have such division from how many years ago between the white and black communities, and you go through slavery, you go through how far things have evolved. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. But to say that people need to be equal and then to come out and support people the very next term saying, making the anti-gay things and saying about hanging gays, and I'm so sorry to say, we have gay police officers, we have gay firemen, we have gay teachers, we have gay, you know, politicians. We have a lot of. So you're telling me that if I ever, here's a question I have. If you have a staunch Republican, and that staunch Republican is gay, do we hang him too? What are we doing? You're making fun of me. And again, Don, you do you, I'll do me.
Right.
I don't want to see these public displays in a supermarket.
Yeah, whether you're girl, guy, like it's just respectful.
I'm sorry, it's respectful. And you want to know what? You do your thing.
Right.
But I'm sorry, but to have that much hatred for people because of what their decisions are, if they're not hurting anyone, and they care about someone else, man, you can call me any name you want. You can call me a rhino all day long. But I will say, my daughter's godfather is gay. And I'm very sorry. And I tell you what, at one point, this individual worked here at Waterbury. Let me tell you, he was the best goddamn cop I've ever worked with.
Because it didn't matter.
No,
it just doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. And to see that much hate rhetoric, that's what I mean. Dawn, it's not my choice. It's not what I want. It's not what I would choose. But I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to condone it and say, hey, let's all go and do whatever. But there's got to be some respect, Dawn. And I'm so sorry. I'm not going to stand there and think it's okay to call people, you know, you take out the LGBTQ community and absolutely say you're all bad people because the way you feel and think. You know what? There are a lot of gay people that, I'm sorry to say, they're just good people. I don't care what your preference is. I'm sorry. That's like me saying I don't like you because you're black. I don't like you because you're Hispanic. I don't like you because you're wearing that. That's awful.
And just stupid.
It's disturbing.
What did he say? We just pulled it up. This party is run by not Nazis.
No, racists. They're all racist.
They're all racist.
So you can. There is never.
But yet,
Southbury
won't support me. Southbury had a meme, and just it was a
heart.
It was a heart with the rainbow heart.
Yeah, rainbow heart.
And it was in support of something. I don't remember what it was.
It's Pride Month. It's
so they were. Now I know why they're not supporting me.
Okay. No. And that's where the short-sightedness comes in. That's okay, Dawn. Everyone has their. When you get into the political arena, we have got it all. And I have to tell you, there is nothing in the world I love more professionally than to testify in court.
You said that.
I have to tell you, I am nearly giddy because I'll tell you for several reasons. One, I respect the hell out of the legal system. I don't agree with everything, but I respect the hell out of it. So, I can't wait to go, and this is easy, because when you can sit down and talk all day long, I testified against some of the best attorneys, Lenny Crone, Marty Manella, and when they're speaking to you, Dawn, and this is the great, they want you to feel comfortable, they want to ask you a few questions, and you're like, all right, this is easy. Kind of sit back, and before you know it, they have you wrapped up like you can't move.
That's right.
It's like a snake. So,
but like you said to me, if you get up there and tell the truth,
you can talk all day long. You got nothing to hide. So
right?
we were basically have come out over the past few months. We have our opinions. Other people have theirs, and that's fine. But you can call people racist. I'm the crooked cop. You are the person on the tape from Chris Shade. There have been several, and these are just some done. And believe me when I tell you, this is why I love court so much, because this book here is nothing but for this case. There have been attacks on Ben Proto, who is the head of the Republican Party, Senator Stephen Harding, who we mentioned here tonight, Representative Candelaria, Representative Joe Oxa, Representative Joe Paletta, Pastor Reese from the Grace Baptist Church, Ruben Rodriguez, the junior Republican, the leader, the young man,
Yes.
he got attacked. Rosa DeLaura is the blue-haired witch, and we have all of the documentation. Johanna Hayes, Dawn, like I said,
Me.
you're the bad person, and again, I am the crooked cop and the master fornicator. And that's all good. And you can say all
Oh,
those
we
things.
called. Don't forget me.
Oh, I didn't want to
I'm
hurt.
the call.
So when we uttered the words, this person running for this is a murderer. At one point in his career, and one point in his life, the word was murderer. And Dawn, in 1996, I just have to say something. And please, this is why I want to. We'll go through it one
Can I
by.
just explain?
Oh, sure.
All right, let me just bring it back.
Yeah.
So we get a call the other night saying, Jonathan Debarros is suing you. And I went, really? For real? And then we went on the judicial website and got served today. And in fact, you, I, and two others, Pam Solomon and Jeff Weiss, who are members of the Cheshire RTC.
And folks, just so we're clear,
Yeah.
just want to make sure we really touch the thing here. This is what I mean, though.
Go ahead.
This is Jeff Weiss. This was posted by Mr. Debarros.
Right.
And what it says here, who allowed this 1950 racist Democrat into our Republican Party? So now,
That's not nice.
if you want to say things and you want to talk about facts, well, I think it's going to be a lot harder to prove that Mr. Weiss is a racist compared to proving with documentation that you were, in 1996, arrested and convicted of the crime of murder.
And I hate the fact that we have to go through this again.
No,
Because
but
there's so many things that we want to talk about.
it's important. It's important.
Agreed.
Yes.
That we took a show. We took almost the whole show
Yep.
and explained where we were coming from. Because this gentleman who, look, what do I say all the time? God bless America.
God bless America.
We love that you were part of it, turned your life around, running for Congress. We love that.
Amazing.
Move forward. But what you do is you destroy everyone in your path who does not see it like you do. And when I mean it, I mean the world. Anything.
Let's know, Dawn, the word that he keeps using was overturned. Overturned. Your
Right.
conviction was overturned. Please, folks, let's take a brief second and just say what took place. So in 1996,
Yes.
Mr. Debarros, to go through it, was on the playground in North End Rec Center.
Yes.
A disagreement begins. He ultimately pulls out a weapon, shoots someone, and not to go through the whole case again, believes the person could have possibly had a weapon on him, and shot the same person multiple times while on the ground in a fetal position. Okay. Now, a second, his gun is empty. A second person by the name of Scott Nash starts to approach Mr. Debarros, starts running at him.
Disarm him.
He takes out a second gun, being a 9mm, and shoots off several rounds.
Right.
Mr. Nash then turns and starts to run away and retreat. This individual,
And so that was over, right?
well, this individual then shot 3 more times and hit Scott Nash all 3 times in the back. Okay, so when you receive something in the state of Connecticut, folks, and this is why I'm so excited about going to court, because to sit there, I believe we're going to Judge Cordani's courtroom, and we've had the opportunity to actually witness Judge Cordani, so we will abide by anything that Judge Cordani says.
I'm a huge fan of
An absolute pardon was issued to Mr. Debarros in 2022. Let's just get the time frame down.
Let's get
He was
this.
arrested and convicted of the crimes of murder, along with assault with a firearm, convicted, arrested, and convicted.
Right.
Okay, so please let's call this out. in 2022 received what you call an absolute pardon. What does an absolute pardon in the state of Connecticut mean? It means the state has officially erased your conviction from your record as though it never happened. So there is no admission of innocence. The pardon legally erases, but it's not a statement. Please, let's say this several times here. It is not a statement that you were not guilty. It simply removes the record from the official databases. So, what do you have to do? You have to be released off of all sorts of probation, parole, whatever. For a misdemeanor, it's 3 years. Then you can apply, and a felony, it's 5 years. Mr. Debarros, these are all approximate dates, folks. Mr. Debarros was released from jail in 2015, waited the 5 years, went through the process, had a full pardon hearing, and in 2022 was ultimately granted a full absolute pardon. For that, we say, you got out in 2015,
Right.
you went through the process, congratulations, you did it,
Absolutely.
and here we are. But you keep saying it was overturned. Now let me, and before you read this, let me tell you what really occurred here. So in 2020, so Mr. Debarros, again, arrested, convicted of murder. 1996.
Yes.
2000 rolls around, 99 into 2000, all approximate dates. Applies for he appeals the conviction.
Mm-hmm.
He appeals it on the fact that the jury was not told that he believed someone had a weapon on them that was never officially taken out, and someone allegedly grabbed said weapon and ran away. Okay. Now, the appellate court of the state of Connecticut says, hey, wait a minute. Although they may agree, not disagree, but we believe that could have been relevant information for the jury to hear. So they went through the whole process, and that conviction at that moment was overturned in order to say, okay, now what are we going to do? It's not saying he's not guilty. Overturned is not guilty. Okay. So Mr. Debarros never left. He was still remained in custody. Now the prosecutor says, well, our case is strong. We're going forward. We're going to go again. So Mr. Debarros stays in on the charges. Now he's no longer convicted at this point if you will. They're just ordering the trial. But the charges are still there. Murder, right down the line. Goes through a whole second trial.
I'm not kidding.
The whole second trial ends, and it ends in what we call a hung jury. What is a hung jury? Hung jury means that jurors cannot reach the required agreement verdict after deliberating. After a mistrial, due to a hung jury, the prosecution has several options. 1, retry the case again. 2, negotiate a plea deal. Or 3, dismiss the charge. Here we are. Now we come up on, well, we're just not, we have so much information, we have so much evidence, we are not dismissing these charges. Okay. So, they start negotiating, we're going to go back to trial, or we're going to offer a plea deal. So, Mr. Debarros accepts a plea deal for the crime of manslaughter. Manslaughter, please everyone, please go look it up, still with intent, recklessly engaged in conduct that took someone's life. So, not one gun, but 2 guns. Took someone's life. So, from that point on until 2015, Mr. Debarros pled guilty to the crime of manslaughter. With that being said, he stayed in jail, served out his term until 2015, and then was released on said case. Over. From 1996 until 2000, Mr. Debarros was arrested and subsequently convicted of the crime of murder. And folks, how do I know this? One of the charges brought forth by the plaintiff was I just want to clearly state what it said. It said,
Yesterday I went to court. 2 days ago I went to the courthouse.
you and I specifically stated that he knew, me, for a fact that Debarros is a murderer based on his prior employment with the City of Waterbury Police Department and his rendition of the facts of the event. That's number 14. Also, this is a full statement of fact, not opinion. Specifically brought up his prior employment as a police officer with the city of Waterbury and his alleged knowledge of the facts. The defendant made those false statements with malicious intent and basically saying, I had first-hand knowledge because I was there.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to apologize to anybody, Dawn. This crime occurred in 2026. I was hired as a police officer in April 28, 1995. I wasn't. I was.
Is it 2026?
I'm sorry, 1996. Sorry, 1995, the crime committed, I was hired, the crime was committed in 96.
Yes.
So I wasn't. I was on the job.
Yes.
You can say whatever you want. I retired in 2021. From 1995 to 2021, I never once ever met, saw, spoke of Jonathan Debarros in my whole life.
Right.
But when we go to roll call on a daily basis, you know what you get? You get a rundown or a briefing of what took place and where.
Right.
We had a shooting up at the North Square Park. You gotta keep an eye out. Blah, blah. You know how many times that happened in my career, though? Maybe 1,000.
Right.
Okay? A lot of violent crimes go on in the city of Waterbury. That's what it is. So, to Counselor and to Mr. Debarros, go to the state of Connecticut appellate court. See, the information you get is now, if you go on the state of Connecticut website, you're not supposed to be able to find anything. I received zero information from the Waterbury Police Department.
That's what I don't like.
They're going to spin it any way you want. But see, the difference is, once they say it's been overturned and you get a pardon, it disappears. It doesn't disappear from history. It disappears from state databases because they can't use it against you for a job.
Right.
They can't use it against you to run for office,
Sure.
to vote. That's
Sure.
a wonderful thing.
Right.
But you cannot get rid of state of Connecticut appellate information.
Right.
Now, folks, this page here, this is probably 30 pages long. State of Connecticut versus Jonathan Debarros. Now, you can say whatever you want, and this is going to be exhibit number one.
That's it.
And Dawn?
We're lining our
So, folks, here we are. July 11th of 2000. Provided by the state of Connecticut appellate court. Let me just read you the first sentence. Convicted of the crimes of murder, attempted to commit murder, and assault in the first degree with a firearm. The defendant appealed to this court, claiming that the trial court improperly instructed the jury on the element of intent and excluded evidence that was relevant to his theory of self-defense. That's it. I didn't say you're a murderer. I'm reading right from a court case from the state of Connecticut in 1996. You were charged and convicted with the crime of murder, and in 2000, this was overturned and started a retrial. So I'm sorry, Dawn, but this is not a fact from what I saw as a police officer. This is not a fact that I ran to that scene because I wasn't there. I didn't interrogate Mr. Debarros, and to tell you the truth, not until even when you ran for mayor, I didn't physically ever have a conversation or put eyes on Jonathan Debarros until 2024.
Right.
So I had no part of your case and no time anything with the Waterbury Police Department. But I was there because I was on the job.
Right.
I'm not going to apologize to Mr. Debarros, to his counselor, and I will respectfully tell the judge exactly these words because we plan on taking and presenting this show as evidence. And guess what? Here it is from the state appellate court for anyone. And by the way, folks, anyone who wants to go see it, you can have this copy. You can go to what they call Justia Law. This is the official release, State of Connecticut versus Jonathan Debarros. And by the way, first statement here, the defendant, Jonathan Debarros, appeals from the judgment of conviction rendered after a jury trial of murder in violation of General Statutes 53A-54, attempt to commit murder, 53A-49, and 53A-54A, assault in the first degree with a firearm. Folks, this is not the Waterbury Police Department. This is no reports. State of Connecticut, appellate court information. I can provide either one of these, or better yet, for anyone that gets classified information that I must.
Which he doesn't.
Do me a favor, folks.
Just stop.
please go to your cell phone this moment.
That's right.
Type in State of Connecticut versus Jonathan Debarros, and you know what you're going to get? You're going to get
Those two
you're going to get these two documents.
That's right.
These two documents. So you want to know what? You can fabricate, say whatever you want, but please understand something. You committed the act and committed the crime of murder. You were arrested and charged and convicted of said crime. And in the year 2000, during the appeal process, it was amazing for you. You presented this, offered the opportunity for a new trial, then proceeded with a hung jury, and then you, at your own admission from another document we have, stated you pled guilty to manslaughter.
Right.
So, Dawn, the statement of this person was a murderer from 1996 to 2000, according to the state of Connecticut, and according to everything going, just because the state of Connecticut website's not there, doesn't mean history erases itself.
Right.
So, also, you can go to any publication of any newspaper, and again, we will provide those at the court date, showing that you were arrested, and in here, you gave a full statement, and it lists in part the words that you said, Mr. Debarros. So please don't be upset with us. This, folks, this lawsuit was filed for one reason and one reason only. They are attempting to stop us from having people only hear his case was overturned. Overturned would make people imply that's innocent. And unfortunately, that's not being truthful to the voters. If everyone is okay, and you know what? Good for you. A lot of people come out, are convicted of things, and they turn their lives around. Mr. Debarros is one of them. Good for you. Congratulations. I'm not voting for you because of this. I'm not voting for you because of everything else.
Right.
You, in my opinion, it's not the proper way to go. It's not the proper things to say. You cannot like me. I'm so sorry. I don't care. But you cannot argue history, Dawn.
That's right.
And that's all
That's
I'm
right.
saying. So this is why I'm so excited about going. This was a senseless act of violence. There were double-digit shots fired that evening by two weapons and by one individual. No other firearm went off that evening. Information from these briefs.
Sure.
So just want to tell you, I'm not really sure what to say, but I can hire an attorney to say I'm Mickey Mouse. We can go to court, waste time, but when you call someone a crooked cop, you're on the take, and all these different things, that's what we call a countersuit. So I have to tell you, Don, I'm in for the long haul because I love it. And I will tell you what, if I never met Mr. Debarros, I'm not really sure what proof he has that I'm a crooked cop, but at this point, I have to tell you, Mr. Debarros, I get like unlimited vacation time, and it's good to be the boss. So I have to tell you, I'll go to court every day, and I will let you know I can't wait, because one thing that you are going to be asked, did you take someone's life?
That's it.
And if you say no, unfortunately, this is not about a job application, though. It's not about a vote. This is about, did this occur? And in the state of Connecticut, although your record is erased, does not erase the fact that you committed the crime.
That's right.
And now that you're rehabilitated, good for you, good for your family. I wish you luck. I don't think you're going to win. I think you have a very strong support system with some very interesting people. And I think that's good for you. Some people, even in the Waterbury delegation,
Right.
and I'm sorry to say, they're going to lose too. So it's going to make it a very easy thing here. So on August 12th, I think we're going to see and if you win, kudos to you. I just am not an individual that can support you, and I'd be happy to sit across from you in court because the truth is on my side.
Agreed. And I'm just going to approach it from the political side.
Go ahead.
When we all got involved,
Yes.
we are not politicians. And when we jumped into this political cesspool that we now swim in, guess what? When I ran,
Yes.
there were horrific things made up about me and said about me.
Right.
And full page ads taken out about me. You know, I did not kill anyone. I've led a pretty clean life, and I knew jumping into this race, into the circus, that things like this would come up. And I just can't believe that a politician or someone who aspires to be a congressman
Mm-hmm.
and knows the circle that we are all playing in, that you would take it to this extent. I just
And let us point one very, very, very important fact, folks. It was all put out. Thank you to the marshals, by the way.
Oh,
No
yeah,
names,
thank you.
nothing but thank you. Always respectful. Again, the process, gonna do it. Folks, this was all done, and it's called an ex parte temporary injunction. So this is all written up against 4 people, and all these pages, all written up, presented to Judge Cordani, and with the goal that we can't talk about this until the court case obviously comes up on the July 6th date.
yeah,
So we can't mention it anymore. This right here was denied.
it was denied.
So Judge Cordani,
The application for ex parte temporary injunction
yes,
filed by plaintiff Jonathan Debarros, having come before this court, is hereby denied.
denied. So if there was information that they believed was so egregious,
Right.
I have to tell you, this would be very, very easy. But for someone to say, defendant Pembereznak
That too.
repeated reference to his prior time as a Waterbury police officer, it's a fact, 1995 to 2021, and his alleged knowledge of plaintiff being a murderer via the appellate court, and his commentary on confidential investigative documents. Internet. I'm not really sure. Folks, go check your computers, check your cell phone right now, type it up. This is what you get, folks. You
Right.
there's nothing confidential.
Nothing.
See, this is where the imagination starts to take over for, some would say, an attorney that, oh, look, there goes an ambulance. So let's chase it. So unfortunately, at this point, with
Are we
all,
talking about that?
no,
No,
well, you
okay.
can, but with all due respect, this is almost comical. So you're just forcing it now. The show is wonderful, but from now until July 6th, we may come on 5-day-a-week shows just to continue to talk about and reiterate the facts. So it'll be like watching a rerun of the Brady Bunch. For you people who are a lot younger, that was a sitcom back in the 70s. But I want you to know, or 80s, I want you to know this is fact, not because fact of I investigated, fact because the state of Connecticut appellate court, who's a whole lot smarter than Steve,
Right.
they said it, not me. So unfortunately, folks, you can do whatever you want, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, from 1996, there was an individual who was involved in a horrible, unfortunate event who chose to go to a park with 2 weapons on them, chose to discharge said weapons, striking 2 people, 1 fatally. And you want to know what? If that didn't happen, one of my first witnesses will be that poor victim's family member to come and say, could you tell me what happened to your family member?
Sure.
And I think it's very, very obvious what they're going to say. The person right there shot my family member,
Sure.
and my family member is now deceased. As of 2000, no longer considered a murderer, but you're a manslaughterer. How's that? That's it. I don't know what to say. And congratulations on your full pardon and your, but unfortunately, I think that the incident is no debate. It did take place.
That's right. And to come full circle, I would just like to let you all know
I wasn't going to go there.
who his attorney is, because I'm like, who would take this case? Who would? Ready for
Folks,
this?
I have to tell you, if you haven't eaten dinner yet, this is nearly delicious.
So I go looking, filed by attorney Michelle Holmes, 23 Beg Street, Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm sorry, do you all know who that is? That would be current Chief Spagnolo's ex-wife. So, just to go full circle,
Wow.
here we are.
Wow.
Here we are.
And here we are, utilizing the court system, the
Right.
different things to play the games. So the best thing about this is, if you want to say, hey, Dawn, you're a car thief, and you've never done that, you've never been accused of that,
That's different.
that's different. That would be defamation in
Right.
some way because there is no fact to it.
That's right.
Just because the state of Connecticut website doesn't say it didn't take place, you can't erase history. So please understand, does this mean World War I didn't take place because
Right.
it's no longer taught in schools?
Right.
Does it matter that
Right.
slavery no longer took place because we don't want to acknowledge this anymore?
Right.
What are we doing? You
Exactly.
can't erase history. You can only deal with it, and you did, Mr. Debarros. Congratulations. You
Congratulations.
put it behind you. But there are people in this world today that are still suffering from your actions in 1996.
That's it. I've just never met anyone who really just dug deep into people who don't only see his way.
Just watch it,
that's
folks.
politics.
Go online and watch the constant attacks. Watch it, everything.
And these are proud attacks.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are,
And-
he goes on.
And don't worry, we have
live.
every single one. We didn't do this because of this. I want you to know. See, we're un poco smarter even sometimes than I thought. Because we started this a long time ago with not one, but two people expecting said results. And guess what? Oh, this is when you let, as everyone wants to preach, you let the Lord rejoice. Because we have every ounce of information ever spewed. So you want to talk about getting people together?
Yeah.
And man, oh man, and I want you to know, when it comes to politics,
Yes.
the threshold of proving defamation is a lot higher. When you call Rosa DeLaura a blue-haired witch,
Right.
when you call all these people, you call Ben Proto, the head of the Republican Party, everything under the sun. And one of my favorites was, what was it? Was it Shrek? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was something Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, you said all these things. People steal money. Ruben is on the tape. This one is this.
Right.
You say all this. I want you to know, after a while, you're going to get a few of the crazies that follow you. That's just the way it is. Again, you belong running for an office in Waco, Texas, in charge of some cult. Because you clearly have a following, and you know what? You have to say, if you're comfortable with that group going to battle with you, then I'll tell you what, Mr. Debarros, we'll see you in court.
See you in court.
So,
Yeah. All right. We're going to go to much bigger issues right now, like the budget. Can we talk about that for a few
you're
minutes?
talking about 458 million of them. Sure,
I
let's go.
swear to God.
All right.
So-
Well, I'm going to tell you, I can close my entire book
For now.
for now
Yeah.
because this is all I pulled out from the show. And this is what I have from the last several months of just this individual being prepared. And boy,
We got it.
remember the Blues
Yeah.
Brothers? Remember the Blues Brothers? When the light comes in the window? Lord, the truth shall set me free. So I will tell you what.
Put the book away. Put the book
Oh,
away.
I'm sorry. Probably a bad example.
That is
okay.
not a
I'm
great-
sorry.
yeah,
All
that
right.
is not a good
No.
reference
I'm gonna
right
segue
now.
that, but that's not what it was meant. But
Not
it came
a
across kind of funny. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
moving right along.
Moving right along. Waterbury has a new budget.
We do indeed.
Look, here's what I respect. I respect that the minority party and the minority majority came together and said, look, we just want our directors, our department directors to feel supported.
Mhm.
So we think that we should, and when Ruben was here, we talked about the land bank. The land bank shouldn't get $500,000 from us or
Right.
close to it. We're going to take that
$500,000?
back.
$5 million.
No.
Yeah.
From
Yeah. $5 million from them, and then the mayor said they're going to be asking for matching.
yes, but
Yeah.
they didn't. They're not. There's not $5 million in the budget for the land bank.
Yeah. Good point. But guess what? Go back and watch it. They're going to be looking for us to match.
No, I get that, but right now
Right.
the Republicans wanted to take
Some of that
some of that money
to offer
away
relief.
to the audit department.
Yes.
So they were moving money around. The seniors,
Mhm.
senior center needed things. So they were going to take money from here and move to there.
Yes.
They were just trying to do the right thing.
Yep.
And let me tell you,
They did pretty well.
they did a great job.
I gotta tell you,
But
they did really well.
between Kenny Curran and George Nugent, the Democrat that he is,
You know?
they laid into
Well,
these.
getting sued again.
Oh, are we getting
Oh, we're
sued?
getting sued
All
again.
right,
Okay,
good.
all right. Actually, another fact, but see, you can't get sued.
Well, that's the thing. That's a fact.
It's a fact. Some things are
They-
facts. All right.
You know, I wrote some of the comments down.
Can Jerry write a sign? Because I'm going to start putting one on my car. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You want to finish that? Go ahead. Oh.
So what they did was they had an amendment, and they actually submitted the amendment through the city clerk's office the right way, as well as a summary sheet. So they meaning the Board of Aldermen, got this on their desks.
The day of the meeting.
The day of the meeting. The day of the meeting.
Correct.
So now everybody's up in arms.
Right.
Oh my God, we can't possibly vote on amendments that have just come across our desk.
It's irresponsible, according to the alderman.
Irresponsible, and I don't feel that is in the best interest of the residents and taxpayers.
I had to rewind the show because it literally happens every other week
meeting
at the Board of Aldermen. And better yet,
every meeting.
My meaningless binder,
God.
they would drop things on the alderman's desk that are twice the size of my binder, and they would say, oh, by the way, we're voting on that
We're
tonight.
voting on that because we need to do it right now, and it needs to be voted on right now.
This is what you do because it's,
Wow.
here's my favorite words ever. It's time sensitive.
Oh
Well,
my
if you're
God.
able to put those 800 pages together, then you had a lot more time than the last 18 minutes. You did it to jam it through, get on camera, show everybody how important it is. Solar panels, all the different things that went through. That's what. So you learned it from that meeting. Aldermen will never, ever, ever, ever again, ever
Have to.
vote on the day of something left on their desk. Always push it forward 2 weeks, folks. Give it time to look at it because according to all of the aldermen,
All of the aldermen said, oh, can't do it.
and what the mayor's words were? It's reckless. Go back and watch it, folks. It's reckless to propose
Reckless to do this.
it. Wow.
Wow.
Reckless?
Kenny Curran said, oh, I read it. There's spelling errors. This is just, it's irresponsible.
Can I show you the agenda from not
Oh
this
my
meeting,
God.
the last meeting? Anyone, folks, go on the last Board of Aldermen meeting, look at the agenda. You want to know what it said? It was like number 19 from Sarah Gary, mayor of the city of Waterbury. And that's what it said. So I'm sorry, but
Right.
spelling errors, I don't know. I know
Yes, sir.
Sarah already has a job, but I didn't know she was the mayor too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, her father kind of is, but. All right.
Paul got up and said, this is very short-sighted on your behalf to do this. And if you are telling me that department heads do not feel supported, you need to tell me who they are because I know for a fact that they all feel supported. You're kidding me.
We have a list for you, Mayor.
The
We have a list.
words that come out of these
Yeah.
people's mouths.
Right.
I
Who feels
just,
supported? Is it Dave Simpson, or is it supported or fearful to come
Yeah,
out and
or
actually say
intimidated.
something or intimidate?
Right.
They all know what would happen. Look what happened to Brad Millay. You stand up, you do something, and you're considered this. You got the Dave
Right.
Simpsons. What do you have? Darren Schwartz. I mean,
Right.
the mayor's got him on it like a leash, like a puppy.
Right.
So
how
it's all.
about DG's motion? Well, let's take a 5-minute recess and let's let everyone read this because there was a summary sheet
Yeah.
and
That some people didn't have.
some people didn't have, and Nugent got up and said, well, I don't have that summary sheet, and the city clerk,
Says they're here.
they're right here on my desk.
So Kelly gets up and she passes them out. And I have to tell you, Dawn, I was like, holy crap, we're turning a corner. DG says,
DG said,
why don't we take, since now there's only 3 pages, why don't we scan through it? Why doesn't everyone take, why don't we take a 5-minute recess for
Right.
everyone to look through it? And I was sitting there literally like, oh my God,
okay, that's the way to lead.
that's the way to lead. I can't believe it. Here it was for me, it was like, all right, there's a lot to disagree with. You will never vote the same way.
Right.
Clearly not.
But you're at least
You're a leader.
giving them a chance
To
to
read it.
read it. And then what happens, Steve?
There were 14 people at the meeting. So DG said, okay, now everyone has it. Let's take 5 minutes to do it. Okay, I have a motion. Second. Here we go. Roll call vote. And then DG voted against it. He made a motion to take a 5-minute recess, and 38 seconds later, voted against himself, and then made it 7-7. So the document that Kelly made with all the minority party and the minority of the majority, they took a vote 7-7, defeated. Nope, let's move on. We're not even going to read it and
We're
look
not
at it.
gonna look at it.
Good. Well,
Just wow.
thank you for a second there. I felt like it was Brian, like you're letting me down. But you know what? I had renewed hope that DG was confirmed to be a horrible leader. So I really appreciate the opportunity. Man,
This close, Deej.
oh,
This close.
God, missed it by that much. And there we were. And you renewed faith in everyone in the city to say, wow, wow, wow.
I swear. But at the end of the day, so it was a 4-hour meeting. So that everything's got to be done in resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
So the first resolution is to approve the budget overall. And resolution 1 was approved 9 to 5. So Sarah Gary, the mayor, no one can come up and say, well, unanimously, you all agreed. No. And I want you to know, people, residents, taxpayers, that it was 9 to 4. I'm so sorry. 9 to 5. And the 5 that voted no were Mike Grasso, Sandra Martinez McCarthy, Brian McEntee, Adrian Sanchez, and Kelly Zimmerman. And look, it's not that they don't want a balanced budget, or look, they're looking out for you. They had many questions that were not answered. They came in with an amendment and said, look, can we just move a few things around? That would make us a little bit happy without touching the bottom line.
It was so funny.
So there was no
You're
bottom line like, oh, we want $4 million out of the budget. They weren't even
They
saying
didn't
that.
take one penny.
They were saying seniors need more resources
and then-
and assistance at the senior center.
What
Why
did the mayor
can't
say?
he said they are fine.
Yep.
They
Their
have
department head.
everything they
Their
need.
department head came here and got what she asked for, so they're fine. Okay?
Wow.
So they asked for money for seniors. They asked to move money around. Again, you are absolutely
Right.
correct on. Never touch the budget itself. Can we just move it to where we can help some people out more?
That's right.
And guess what, folks? Not $1 was moved.
That's right.
And kudos to the 5 people, including Alderman McEntee. I will
Thank
tell
you.
you, Brian, you asked a lot of good questions. In that moment, you stepped up and you said, I know what we need to do, and we know the budget's going to pass, but you didn't agree with it. And for that, that's a great job.
Good job.
Excellent.
Resolution 2 was the mill rate. So they got on their soapbox and look. And if you go back and watch the last show, we went through what it really meant. So the state came in with, excuse me, hold on. The state came in with, about $19 million.
Yep.
And so we went through, look, this is what the mill rate should be.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near the 0.5 decrease that they came in and beat it. They beat their chest. Oh, we
Well, what did the
lowered it
paper-
0.5%.
What did the paper say the next day?
Oh my God.
Do you recall, just to let the
The
people know?
newspaper said water rates will rise. However, your tax rate will go down.
Okay.
And
Now,
can I just say one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, Paul gets up there and does his, dog and pony show. New Shade gets up there and says, well, I just want it to be known. I love when they get up and they just want to pontificate and hear their own voices, right? And pat each other and pat themselves on the back. Hold that
both of
thought.
those.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
First of all, he didn't know what the decrease was. He had to call Sarah back up and say,
Right.
I'm sorry, what was that decrease again?
Right.
Okay, and wrong answer. And he said, but please, I want everyone to remember that a short time ago, our mill rate was over 60. And now we're reducing it, and it's 43.34, which is your new mill rate. However, people, I want you to know, and kudos to Adrian Sanchez,
Yes.
who got up and said, yeah, but you know what's funny? My house taxes are still higher. I don't care if your mill rate is 4. If what you are paying is still rising and increasing year over year, there's a problem, people. There's a problem. So they got up there and we're reducing the mill rate from, they were originally saying 43.86. Now it's going to 43.34. How great are we? Because we got $20 million from the state. It should have been way less.
Right.
It should have been way
So,
less.
Dawn, with that being said,
Yes.
just to clarify what the newspaper wrote, okay? Newspaper wrote exactly what you just said. Now, let me clarify this. Now you want to talk about the honesty of the reporting here in Waterbury or the honesty of what they report in other places.
That's right.
Written 2 days ago in the Waterbury Republican, but by someone by the name of Sloan Brewster. Torrington, this is in our Waterbury paper. Torrington adopts $157.3 million budget. Okay? Please go look for yourselves, folks. It was actually in the front page of the paper, right side. A mill is equal to $1 of tax for each $1,000 of assessment. That was your explanation a couple of weeks ago. Okay.
Right.
Here's the quote. While the mill rate is down from the current 38.45 mils, the change actually translates to an increase in taxes for homeowners as property values have gone up. So the reevaluation, the paper says, but your taxes are going down. Folks, your taxes and the mill rate are not the same thing. The mill rate can come down, but unfortunately, when mill rate comes down, doesn't mean your taxes come down. Not necessarily. Unfortunately here, the assessment was so much higher. Every year, for the past 4 years, this is the fourth one, every year, the mill rate fell by 5. It was 54 and change, it went to 49 and change, it went to 44 and change, and then we moved it down a little bit more here with this money. But the point is, this year, it went from 44, instead of going down to 39, it went to 43 and change.
Right.
So, instead of coming down to 5, it went down
1.64.
percentage. So unfortunately, that means your $200 increase on your taxes will now be closer to $500 in. So let's wait. Don't believe us, folks. Believe when the tax bills come out. And what I decided to do, Dawn, and we're going to go through this like we used to, just to give everyone the idea. I went through random houses.
Do you want to go
I'm so
ahead
sorry.
and do that?
Random houses.
Oh, no, go
I'm so
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I just go on, folks. Go on tax payments, City of Waterbury,
Right.
and click in.
Public knowledge.
Click in the street name.
Right.
And then it can bring up all the ones and look at, you can go to anyone's house, go to your neighbor's house. You want to be a creeper? Go to your neighbor's house. And look what they're paying compared to what you're paying or whatever. So this is a perfect example. I took just a random one, grabbed it out. This was on Peach Orchard Road. In 21, it was 46.87. 22, 49.43.
So up 300.
23, 51.70, and 24, 53.05. So from that time frame, folks, 46 to 49 to 51 to 53 and change. So please understand. And with those numbers, the mill rate fell 5 every time. So now you saw 2 to 300, 250 and change. You wait till this year, folks. It's going to go up even more. But just read the front page of the paper. Your taxes have gone down.
It's just such a shell game that we just deserve better. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, go ahead. You want to make a comment?
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Joe's been pretty quiet only because of being so long-winded, and I'm sorry. I think these are very important things.
Yes.
And I think that people need to see
Right.
you can move the things around as much as you want, but facts are facts.
Did it?
So,
Alright, we have a couple.
yes, sir.
Stan Griff.
Hey,
The 5 appears to be the only one sticking up for the citizens.
thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
And you all did a great job. And I tell you what,
Yes.
the one person that wasn't there that night was Raphael, and you know if he was, and I can't speak for him, but Raphael shares the same sentiments that he looks out for his constituents as much as the other 5. So I'm sure Raphael would have been standing right there with him.
Sherry makes a comment too.
Hey, Sherry.
Insurance estimates have increased ridiculously, which
Right.
is the issue. My mortgage went up $250 per month thanks to this administration.
That's right.
Folks, go on the City of Waterbury taxpayer site, and anyone can look at it. It's not classified. Go on City of Waterbury taxpayer, pay my tax bill, pick an address, any address, they can't hide it. Only certain people's taxes go down.
That's right. So, resolution 2 was the mill rate, same 5, voted it down. And again, not trying to be difficult, they want you to know that they know the shell game that's being played and they don't agree with it. So, good work. Water. The water issues happened, and oh my God. So now, from what I understand, President DiGiancarlo, again, trying to play another shell game, reached out to the minority leader and said, "Oh, by the way, we figured out a way to do this, and
So we all look good.
yeah, so we all look good, and we're all going to take credit for it, and this is what we're going to do. We're not going to increase it by $24. We're going to increase it by $12. Okay, which still means what's the operative word there, Steve? Increase. How about that? So now, there's still increases with your water. All right.
Taxes are going up, water's going up, but
Brian
we're here for you.
McEntee, right? But we're here for you. Brian McEntee brings up those kind of sentiments. DG went off on him. I try and do nice things. I mean, he sounded like a parent. I try and do nice things, and I thought people would be happy. And now you're yellow. Why are you? I thought your people would. Oh my God. It was brutal. It was just brutal. Brian's asking a very intelligent question.
Which is a great question.
Oh, it was. So a week ago or a month ago, we couldn't live without this increase.
Right.
Now you're telling us that we're the saviors
Yeah.
and we're saving the world, and you're not going to get the increase of $24 service charge. It's only going to $12. Where's the rest of the money coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Never got an answer. Just got scolded that he was asking.
Right. We hear that a lot, that there's too many questions being asked.
Oh my God. And then Kenny Hearn, ready? I just want to say that when it comes to this water increase, it's not responsible for us to do nothing. Where have you been, Kenny?
Kenny,
Where have you been for the last 25
I was going
years?
to say, what you're missing is we're in this position because you've done nothing for 25
last
years.
25 years.
If you took a small percentage every single year, Dawn, look how we're throwing around $5 million for this, $4 million for this.
Right.
Let's just say, holy mackerel, we all know we're in this nasty mess.
Right.
Why don't we have this certain number of allocation and then go one little click or 2 clicks higher? If you did that for 25 years, half the city minimum would be done already. All done.
That's right.
And you know what you get? Yeah, sins of the past.
Sins of the
I
past.
want you to know for 25 years, you have been there.
Those sins of the past.
You're the sinner.
Yeah. I'd love to know. So, all right. So, all in all, 4-hour meeting, 4 hour, 2 minutes, everything passed. The budget passed. So, we have a new $458 million budget,
Yep.
and we'll see what happens.
But your taxes are going down.
Which taxes are not going
Let's
down.
see your tax bill when you come out, folks.
That's
I
right.
would love for anyone to reach out to us and say, hey, by the way,
That's right.
our taxes went down.
That's right. I do want to switch real quick because I want to be done by 7:30.
Okay.
Let's talk about the school. All right, $100 million bond for a preschool slash special ed facility.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I will start the conversation with, I brought this up 3 years ago as I campaigned and met with a lot of teachers, a lot of special ed people, a lot of admins, and literally, they need help.
They do indeed.
They need help. They need help across the board. And I said, why don't we really look into, because why? We're spending $30 million a year, sending our students outside of market to get the
necessary help they need because
Yes.
we don't have the special ed
That's
services available in
services
town.
that they need. So I said, why don't we try
Mhm.
and create a whole special needs facility,
Therapeutic
school,
Right.
and then, filter, just work with all of the schools, bringing kids in, sending kids out, and, bringing them back into schools. And I was called a, not a liar. I was called stupid
Yeah.
because I didn't know what I was talking
And it
about.
was illegal.
And it was illegal, and I didn't know anything. So, okay. So now,
Mhm.
fast forward 3 years, now Superintendent Darren Schwartz comes in and says, we want to look at bonding $100 million, of which we should get 94% back from the state and build this pre-K special
ed.
needs, special ed facility because the annex in Bucks Hill is falling apart. And again, in this meeting, Brian McEntee also brought up a good point again and said, look, they came in and it was the House of Horrors by the time they left, and Darren said, well, that was over 25 years, and this is what's happened. All right, fine. The bottom line is they need a new facility. They just need a new
No
facility.
doubt on it. Oh, look at big
Yes.
Chris Mann says, I think they called you delusional.
Thank you.
Oh, well,
During that debate.
you know what, Chris Maz? I think Chris Maz is 100% on the mark.
Okay,
I
there
think
you
you're
go.
right, Chris.
Yep.
So thank you. I'm delusional, but guess what? You're welcome, because this is exactly what they're trying to do.
And what's even worse, Dawn, is that, like you brought up before, this, although the special needs pre-K portion of this is so important,
Absolutely.
what do you do with the kids next year? From kindergarten up, and then Mike Grasso asked a great question, said, hey, why don't we do this? And then the mayor, it's my favorite thing ever. Yeah, we talked about that, we're looking into it.
We're looking into that.
Well, it's
I'm
like,
like,
what? 3 years ago it was illegal. You were delusional, thanks Chris Maz, and all these different things, and the funny thing is, now you're looking into it. This is all going on, and I'm telling you, the pre-K school is such a great idea.
We are so all in
There are
for
so many
this.
kids that are
I've
struggling
been
from kindergarten
all
all the way through high school
Yes.
without the assistance and the proper. And Darren is saying, here, we're going to open a school with 500 kids, with 300 could be for special ed. But the biggest shortage we have, we don't have any special ed teachers. That's our biggest shortage area. So now we're going to be pulling them
Right.
from all over the city, putting them in one school. Now you're going to leave the kids even worse off from kindergarten all the way through.
Like, there's just no plan. And I say this about many aspects of this administration. There is no plan. It's like, oh, here, let's go get $100 million, put it on the backs of the taxpayers, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after. So that's my issue. And that's the issue of people. And I want to explain this because there's a lot of buzz on it on social media. And it's not that people don't want this. It's not that people that don't believe it's a great concept. It's about the fact that where's the money coming from? Literally, where are we getting this money? How come we're not taking that bond and fixing all the infrastructure? There are just questions. So I don't want people to say, oh, people are against it and your kids. It's not about that. Everyone.
Be responsible.
Just be responsible about it. So,
we love Amanda from Mystery Seats, right?
absolutely.
And again, she was a huge, strong supporter of this, and with great reason, because she's had personal experience. She is considered, in my opinion, the closest thing that we have to an expert in the field
Absolutely.
of autism.
She's a maverick.
She is, and she does great stuff. And
Yes.
to think that people don't get it
Right.
is one thing. It's not that we don't all want to get to the same ending, Dawn. It's how do we get there? And if it's lack of transparency and communication, for example, the most important thing was the mayor gets up and says, hey, these kids can't be on a bus for so long, there's state laws, blah, blah, blah. Mayor, if you or your absolutely 1,000% incompetent liaison had any idea how many hours these kids sit on these buses, you know what? You're so out of touch. So you're saying all these things. You're saying Chase School has 800 kids. Yeah, in 2017, there's less kids in Chase School, Mayor. A matter of fact, 150. If you want the stats, I'll give them to you. Connecticut Ed Site, folks. Anybody can get it. So you stand up there. I wish the superintendent would actually just be honest. And then just sit there and say, it's most important because we need a facility that's going to be downtown. So Brian, here comes Mike Grasso. Again, Alderman Grasso. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep calling him by his first name, but Alderman Grasso says, I got some questions. Could you tell me where it's going to be? No.
Well, not really.
So you got $100 million school. We don't even know where it's going. Can you give me a hint? All right. So then the mayor says, well,
we have maybe three possibilities.
so before the Board of Aldermen, at least the Republican or the minority of the majority, that night, they have never, ever, ever been told
Right.
anything other than we have a $100 million bond coming for this kind of school.
And you're going to take it.
So now, all of a sudden, when you're ready to vote on it, all of a sudden, you now have 3 locations. Potential. And these are my favorites. So folks, get ready because here comes the old Neil backdoor. Here it comes.
So first possibility is part of Hamilton Park, which I don't get, but okay. So part of Hamilton Park, but he said they had brought that up about another school
Yeah.
a while ago and it didn't work.
Yep.
Second was, he says, I was just made aware of 8 acres passively available on Harper Ferry Road.
But we're not sure about
But we're not sure about that. And then the third was, and this is, he says, probably which way we're going to
that. And
go.
here it comes,
The campus of St. Peter and Paul Church.
which is the now Roberto Clemente International
So
School.
that's the school.
That's the school.
And
That's
the
what it is.
convent part, but
So-
they would go next door.
So just now there's already an addition coming to Roberto Clemente. Now you're going to put a 500 person
Student
student plus staff,
plus staff.
and on the other side they're going to knock the church down. So folks, for all of you never brought up, no one had any knowledge of it. Well, guess what? City of Waterbury is about to buy another church.
And what? With what? Oh, part of that $100 million is a $2 million acquisition line item.
So now we're going to be buying a vacant church. Now we bought $1 million for St. Bernard. All right, we're going to buy $2 million for St. Pete's. We already bought St. Joe's, St. Anne's, St. Lucy, or St. No, not St. Anne's. I'm sorry. St. Lucy's, St. Joe's, St. Bernard, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
Yep.
Okay, so
And we're selling church. Anyone else? You need it?
Bring it.
Come on by. We're picking them up. We're picking them up.
the city will buy it. Now, that hit me, and then you know what else hit me funny is, wow, this bond application includes a $2 million acquisition line item. And here's me going, has any one of the minority or the majority teams seen this? Have they seen it?
Some line items.
Some line, like, have you seen the whole thing? Like, what?
Here's your transparency, folks.
What's the $100 million comprised of?
Where else is it? If you know $2 million is going to the acquisition, there must be a balance sheet someplace
Somewhere.
that says, hey,
Right.
this for this, this for this, this for this, this for this.
Right.
And now, who in their just wildest freaking imagination
Go ahead.
would think putting a 500 person school without staff across from South Main Road, backing the international school, and 500 yards down the street is Chase School. Has anyone here ever driven on Mary Road at dismissal? You're going to put now there for the proper number. It's actually 645. That's the number of students in Chase School, including the bilingual program, together is 645, not 800.
Just so you know.
Just so you know, Mayor, give you a little heads up. If your liaison needs some help, hey Bob, call me. So anyway,
He was very quick. Remember I said 20,000 students, and he was like, no, it's
No.
only 18,000.
In Bridgeport.
Yeah.
In Bridgeport, by the way, right. You have no idea, in 2017 is when there was 850 students, and by the way, there's only 650, there's a principal and 2 vice principals. Again, waste of resources, but you're gonna have now 650, 500, that's 1150, plus now
Another 6.
another, probably they're building it up to 8th grade, so it's probably gonna be 350 something. You're talking 1,500 kids being bused from all over the city because it's pre-K. So they're coming citywide. Now, busing's going to go up even more because you're going to add more routes. And on top of it, Rocco Orso, Alderman or yes, a Board of Education member gets up, Rocco Orso, and says, by the way, busing is going up minimum $4 to $5 million next year. But if you don't approve it tonight, kids are going to walk next year because that's all we have. I was just in awe saying, this is anybody in charge of anything, or you just take it rammed down your throat non-stop?
I think we should start a bus.
I'll tell you right now, you're paying now. You're going to be in the 23, 24,
Yeah,
25
I was looking at those.
million.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. Anyway, so here's the point that we want to make.
Yep.
We're talking about $100 million for this facility for 500 students. And once again, I just want to make it very clear. We're all in for the facility. We are all in for the concept. What we are questioning, what I question, is how you get there. Because we did a little digging, and we're just going to show you some comps. You know, like you would do if you were, looking for a home. You would pull comps in the neighborhood. Steve?
This is what I don't understand. And this is why, this was really directed at someone like a mayor. from Mr. C.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep saying it because, again, I go to her as the resident expert for
That's
autism.
right. That's right.
She knows what these kids really would need. Really, what we should do is, you want to use your money wisely, hire her. And that's what you should do.
Please.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
But 100 million, how many kids though?
500 students.
500 students. So I want to make sure that we're not comparing apples to oranges. This is what is so hard to swallow. This is why certain aldermen don't get told things. This is why people get things rammed down their throat. You have to vote on it. You have to. Okay. This is actually something we've talked about before, Dawn, but we're going to say it. Folks, this is one going on right now. Connecticut 2026 school construction. Now, project scope. It's a brand new school, 69,300 square feet. It's a pretty big school.
Pretty big school.
Okay. The enrollment at this school will be 553 students.
Okay, pretty apples to apples, right
Apples
there.
to apples, and actually, ours are going to be smaller.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay. This is going to have shared learning areas, a combined library and STEM space, a larger gymnasium, sensory and student support spaces,
Go figure.
modern mechanical, electrical, technology, and security systems. Total project cost, $60 million. Well, obviously, we're comparing that, Steve. It must be in like Louisiana.
It's got to be in like Des Moines.
It sure is.
Where is that school plan being?
That would be in Seymour, $60 million. Folks, again, please go anywhere you want and see it. And by the way, for the mayor and everybody else, Seymour to Waterbury is 12.5 miles.
Just say it.
So what we don't understand is, why can't we ever get the $60 million building? You know why? Because that's how you bury the money to pass it around to everybody going. So folks, $60 million, by the way, including the demolition of the current school. So I want you to know, how is it that you can build us a $60 million school for 553 students, just shy of 70,000 square feet, more students for $40 million less? You know why? Because you don't want to show the balance sheet. You want to know what's going on in Ansonia? You want to see what's going on in New Britain, there in Stewart? Well, guess what? Waterbury, when the mayoral signs change, let me tell you something. You better back the FBI bus up, because I guarantee you, people will be going to jail because of all what's happening here over the years.
That's right.
Oh, stop sign is
Yes,
swinging high.
stop sign.
So somebody asked, who owns the 8 acres on Harper Street?
Oh, now see, now.
Okay,
Oh, we weren't going to go there.
And nothing to
But
say yet, but
somebody-
yeah.
allegedly.
Oh, somebody's going there.
Somebody looked it up.
I love it.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
And they basically said, here, let's see if I can find it. There's one lot in Harper's Ferry larger than 8 acres
Yeah.
owned by the state of Connecticut.
I don't think that's it.
Well, wait a minute though.
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's private. I
Okay,
think
but
it's
wait a minute.
privately
Isn't
owned. Whatever
there-
they're talking.
Isn't there a lot there where Loman Chevrolet stores their cars? Because I always see
That's
fence.
on Reedville. But
That's
what you
Reedville?
yes, on
Yeah.
Reedville.
I thought it was the back.
What you do want to think about is what's going on directly above them.
Oh, you're talking behind BJ's.
No, well, behind
Well,
BJ's,
on the
but it
mountain.
also sits on the back of Harper's Ferry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's part of Harper's Ferry up there?
So I want you to know.
Allegedly.
No, yeah. And
All
again,
we're saying is
Oh,
allegedly
okay.
that circle of corruption runs deep, my friend.
how do you build a school bigger, same technology, for $40 million less, 12 and a half miles away? Can someone just explain? Folks, this is what Waterbury does. They blow the numbers up, and
That's
this
right.
is how we pass the money around.
That's right.
The city can operate on a much more efficient budget,
Absolutely.
a lot lower, Don,
No.
if its money is spent wisely.
Wisely.
Here we have the superintendent now. Is from what we hear, there is now the assistant superintendent, Mr. Brooks, that he hired, who was his friend, is short term now because he is as bad as we've said. Sorry to say, and now we're hiring 2 more assistant superintendents. So now we're going to bump up to 3. So add another 350 around 325, 350
right.
on top of the 2.1 million currently being occupied downtown. Folks, there's a reason there's no money in Waterbury. There's a big reason why your taxes are so high, and it's not, as the mayor always says, sins of the past. Because you know what? There were sins of the past, but there are more sins today than there were back then.
2 words: forensic audit. That's all I'm
All
gonna
day
say.
long. All day
That's all I'm
long.
gonna say.
All day long.
All right,
Yeah.
I'd like to. All right,
think we
again, we want to end kind of there.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
Tired.
Ruben Rodriguez, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And his fundraiser is tomorrow night. Ollie. Ollie's fundraiser, June 20th. Please join us at La Casuela on East Main Street. This is on the 20th.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because he needs signatures.
Yep.
Not just money, we need signatures.
Yep.
So
We
please
love
come
Ollie.
out. We love Ollie. He's a great candidate, a great man, and will be an even better state representative.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed. And Joe's taking money out. I don't know what's going on. Is he paying us off?
what are you doing?
They're all
You're
singles. I
drawing-
don't know where was he working before he got here.
I don't
What
know.
happened here?
What are you
All
doing?
right.
Actually, the 8 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I know a guy.
Oh wow. All right.
Hey.
No.
Hey, you guys have a great week. We'll see you in court.
Yeah. Right. Right. We'll be the ones with their hand on the Bible. Okay.
Able to have it on the
Absolutely.
Have a great week.
Lavender Farm is having events every Saturday
soap
too this
making.
month.
Please go. Soap making at Lavender Farms. They have all their fresh flowers out. I think the goats are there. Please come out. The chickens walk around. It is so much fun. I'm going to go up.
Yep.
Please come out. I'll
That
do
doesn't
some
make it fun
live.
though.
I'll do some live vignettes. They are just amazing people, and it is just a gem in our city. And please support them. Please,
Congratulations to Captain Mike Stokes, who retired from the police department. Mike was there for a very long time, did a lot for the crisis intervention team,
please. Very
did a
nice.
lot of work on the street, helping out some of the people with a lot of drug problems,
Nice.
really connected services. Did a great job, Mike. And you know what? We know that you were just as tired of all the shenanigans as everyone else, and now you're gone. So
And congratulations too to Jamie Moose and Billy Owen. They retired
Oh, yeah.
from the fire
yeah,
department.
Billy Bird.
We all went to school together.
Yeah, Billy
So
Bird.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Glad you're healthy. And enjoy your next
Right.
chapter.
Yes.
Zelina said there's Touch a Truck at Brass Mill Center this weekend.
Oh, touch it! How fun! Yay! And
Did you see the thing that the schools are doing?
no,
All right, listen. This is really cool. So I got to give you. We call the superintendent on some stuff and put it out there. This is an amazing idea.
go ahead.
They are offering, and again, I don't want to mess up what they're doing, but they're offering a program or a service, or somebody wins something, whatever it is, and the kids get a ride to school the first day in a public truck. Could be a fire truck, could be an ambulance,
that's
police
so
car.
awesome.
Let me tell you something. That whoever came up with that idea,
That's
kudos
awesome.
to
Good for you.
I don't know if it was the mayor's office, superintendent, whoever it was. You know what? Those are things that are life-changing events
Absolutely.
that kids will never forget their whole life.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
nice
Good
job.
job. Good job. And car show.
Don't forget Public Works.
Public Works
Saturday.
Car Show
Car
is this
show.
Saturday. Come out, see a lot of classic
Yeah.
cars. Stuff. It'll be fun. All right, we got a big weekend.
Yeah.
I hope for good weather.
Yeah, a lot of. It's gonna be hot.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Gonna be
that's
hot.
right, yeah.
No hotter than it was tonight, though. So, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great
Have a
weekend.
great
We'll
night.
see you next week.
Here we go.